there's a fundamental truth to the universe that everyone knows, but they sort of ignore it. And it's that like the more output you give, the more energy you actually receive. How do you think your fitness helps you in regards to like your career, in regards to obviously you're making money online? How do you think the fitness plays a part in that, would you say?
Like if I never stepped foot into the gym when I was in 15, I don't think I would be doing the things that I'm doing now. I think the biggest thing is don't let money encapsulate your whole fucking life. Just be grateful for the path that you're on. Be grateful for the experiences that you have. Even if I failed and I went into a normal, let's just say corporate job, I would fucking demolish it just because I'm more proactive. I've learned the skills. I've got the mindset of kind of an entrepreneur. I can see solutions that other cunts can't.
Fuck the outcome until you become in the process. Mr. Ryan, how are
What's
you,
going
bro?
on, bro? I'm good. How are you, man? Thanks for
Yeah.
having me on.
No, of course, man. I can see you getting burning the calories.
Fucking oath. I got to get shredded, you know. I'm going to Sydney in like 2 weeks for an event, like a festival that I haven't been in I haven't been to a festival in maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
So I just want to look nice because the shirt's going to come off, you know. I don't want to be a slob.
What festival is it?
Huh? Say it again.
What's the festival?
I think it's called Hyperdome or something. It's like a hard style techno one.
Oh, not DEF CON.
No, not DevCon. DevCon was the festival back in the day.
Did you ever go
But
to DEF CON?
yeah, I went to it twice. It was cooked.
Because how old are you? You're a few years older than me, eh? You're like 27?
Uh, I wish. I'm 29.
29. Yeah,
Getting up there.
I knew you were a few years older. Nearly
How old
30.
do you think I look though?
No, I reckon you look around my age. Asians are quite deceptive though, with age. It's
Yeah.
hard to
I'm gonna
tell.
look the same until I'm like 40 or 50. And then all of a sudden I'll hit a brick wall and then I look old as shit.
Yeah. No, Asians and black fellas, they hold their age real well. White people, we just go downhill.
Yeah. So you're basically just declining every single year from here on.
I ain't getting any younger.
For
But bro,
sure, for sure.
it's funny. We've known each other for a few years now because we met way back in I'm pretty sure we first came into contact in like the closed and paid group back in like
Yeah, that was ages ago, dude. Ages. But we didn't really talk too much.
not much. I just knew you were another Aussie in sales. It was funny because you were on PSU before I was.
Yeah.
And then we sort of started chatting a bit in the DM, got you over in True Blues, and then we've had a good connection since then.
No,
But like
100%.
I know a little bit about your story. I know a lot of people do as well. But for those who don't know, like who is Ryan? How'd you get started into sales? And then we can kind of run it from there.
Yeah, dude. I'll just take it back to I guess my entrepreneurial journey. So when I was 23, after a string of I guess failures in actually having normal jobs, I got fired from all of them. I got arrested for stealing at Harvey Norman back in the day as well, which was stupid. And I just remember I was just like, fuck, man, what am I doing with my life? You know?
Yeah.
Like I didn't really have any strengths or anything. And the only thing that was consistent in my life was the gym because of like the Ziz days. You know, so I was like, why don't I just like get into the gym, figure out what I can do with that. And obviously the most logical step is to become a PT, right? So I did that, did the certs. Then I realized once I finished my certs, I was like, fuck, how do I get clients?
Yeah.
Like they don't teach you that shit. Like I thought all of a sudden I just get handed clients, but nah, I had to like do sales, do marketing. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't sign up for this, you know? And I was like super shy and super introverted, man. Like I didn't even know how to close a door. You know, like I was horrible at talking to people, but like that kind of just set off me just going, okay, fuck, what can I do to learn the skills and actually make something of myself and make money? Because I was desperate as shit. You know, I didn't want to go back to a normal job. I wanted to actually make a decent income from PTing. And then I did that, invested in courses. I remember my first course was like 20 grand or something.
Oh wow.
Like the guy, he sold me. And I remember the call very, very like clearly. I remember I was talking to him and I was just like, bro, my life's fucked. Everything's hard. I had full victim mentality, you know? And I kept on blaming on everything, like blaming on my parents, blaming on my upbringing. And the guy like literally just gave me this one liner that I remember to this day. He was basically like, he was saying, if your life's so hard, it's so shit, like, why don't you just kill yourself? And like me hearing that, I'm like, fuck,
Jeez.
this motherfucker, that's deep, yeah? Like,
It is,
that's
yeah.
deep. But like, I think it's what I needed at that time,
Hmm.
right? Because I really, instead of me just like getting triggered, I mean, I was triggered, but like, I wasn't like, nah, this guy's full of shit or whatever. It got me thinking. I'm like, why didn't I? You know,
Hmm.
and it put me in a place of like gratitude where
Yeah.
I was just like, I've got my girlfriend to live for. I've got my mum, my family. Like, if I don't do it for myself and I don't love myself, why don't I do it for them? Right.
Yeah.
And that kind of just set everything off. And I remember just borrowing 2K from my missus to get the deposit in, started doing it, started learning. And I just kind of just milked everything, man, because it was the first, I guess, venture where I felt like I was a man, you know, in control of my own destiny and shit.
Yeah.
So I did that for a few years, did fitness coaching, did online fitness coaching, invested in mentors, scaled that up to multiple six figures within coaching. Kind of got sick of coaching fitness because it was the same shit, calorie deficit, calorie surplus. I
Yeah.
was like, I really like sales. I really like marketing. What do I do next? And I had a couple of mates who used to film my content for my
Hmm.
coaching days. They had an office in Melbourne, and I was always giving them like kind of like advice behind the scenes. And
Yeah.
then when they saw that I was sick of coaching, they were like, why don't you just join us, man? You know, join us, help us like consolidate the offer, and build this thing out. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good fucking gig. So I
Yeah.
did that. I led a team. We had, yeah, like an office. We had a team of like 6, 7 people. Um, Basically just started charging high ticket prices for content creation for construction companies. We generated multiple six figures in like the first 6 months. Like we were charging as high as like 50K for
Yeah.
content packages for construction companies. And I remember like I had to even pitch in boardrooms and shit. That was scary as shit. Because
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? I was pitching with people on the phone all the way to like wearing a suit, going
Yeah.
to a boardroom. Nah, this is fucked. That was cool. But then like I learned during that journey, I didn't really know how to lead. Like there was so much about systems and processes that I didn't know about like running a company. You know,
Yeah.
especially when you have so many moving parts, you have partners, you have contractors under you. I didn't know anything, right? Because like when I was doing the fitness coaching, I was by myself, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden I get thrown in the deep end. So unfortunately that collapsed, and then I started like a gaming organization as well. We did Warzone, we hosted tournaments, international players came over, so that was cool because that was something that I loved. I loved gaming growing up, so kind of just like filling that cup, you know, was
Hmm.
cool. But like gaming community is toxic as shit, and no one wants to like band together and work together. So that didn't work out well. And then I was just like, fuck, what do I do now? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
back to square one. And then my backup plan was always sales.
Right.
Now let's just get into sales. I think I'm good. You know, like I've shown that I'm good. And then that's where my closing journey started in like
Mhm.
23.
Okay.
Um, and then I realized I didn't know anything about sales because I was so used to selling for myself. And
Yeah, it's
when
different.
it's fucking really different, right? Like, because all my content pre-sold them and knew who I was.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm selling for someone else's company, and I'm like, dude, this guy doesn't know who I am, right?
Yeah.
There's no trust there. I'm like, fuck, I don't know anything about sales. And that just set off everything. And then I just started like working in different offers. I was kind of an offer hopper for a bit as well because I
Hmm.
didn't really, I don't know, man. Like sales was never the end goal for me. I never really wanted to be the main thing. I
Yeah.
always like building shit, right?
Yeah.
So like there was a part of the closing lifestyle that I didn't really fuck with when it came to like I love the money, sure, but like I didn't feel like I was building anything for myself. You
Mm.
get what I mean? I was just
Right.
working for other people. I was working on other people's time. I was trapped at home on a Zoom. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't do shit with my life. But yeah, man, like only recently have I just decided to kind of just step back from closing. I'm in the
Yeah.
past 6 months, get into coaching again. I work with Zach Perner now on the fulfillment side. I'm the head coach. I help the fitness coaches who are his clients, like help them with their sales, their marketing. And I've recently just launched my own offer as well. So helping the same sort of fitness clients, but more on a one-to-one basis.
Yeah.
I know that was long-winded, but that's kind of like
Oh,
the
it's
story.
good though. There's so many different like rabbit holes in which we could go down there. It's very interesting how in your story it's came full circle. Like you
Yeah.
started as a PT after like failing, not wanting to work for somebody else, which I'm very curious about as well. But now it's come full circle. Why do you think that is? Like what brought you back to the same point almost? But instead now you have obviously a wide array of skills that complement it this time.
I think the biggest thing for me, man, is when I worked as a closer for all these other different companies, they were very money focused, right? They didn't really like, some offers cared, some offers didn't. They just wanted the next deal and the next deal and the next deal. And I came to the realization that like fitness coaches, for example, they don't necessarily do it for money. The reason why they get into the game is because they've obviously had a massive transformation themselves and it's fucking helped them. And they want to pass it on to other people. You get what I mean? That's the biggest thing that I've noticed. And I was just like, why don't I help these guys out, man? Because like they've got their good intentions, right? Because if you wanted to do money, don't do fitness, do fucking crypto, whatever, do something else.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So that's the biggest thing. Like it just ties in back to my kind of story, bro. Like fitness changed everything for me as well. So I want to help others do the same.
How do you think your fitness like helped you in regards to like your career, in regards to obviously you're making money online journey? Like, how do you think the fitness plays a part in that, would you say?
Massively for me, right? Because I make it a priority and I make it part of my identity. Like if I never stepped foot into the gym when I was in 15, right? I don't think I would be doing the things that I'm doing now because I let it take a priority. I let it consume me and shape my identity and shape my confidence, right? If you don't necessarily give a fuck about fitness and you fill your cup in other areas of life, sure, right? But for me personally, dude, like because fitness is just such a big thing for me, and I know for a fact if I don't work out and I feel like shit, then that starts to kind of just like seep into other areas of my life. It's very holistic for me, but yeah, I have to make it part of your identity to let it like to reap the opportunities from it.
So it's almost like the cornerstone of like where all the confidence comes from. Because at the end of the day, it's like, oh, if I get blown out of the water here, at least I've got my fitness I can fall back on. I'm still
100%. That was
Yeah.
the one thing I was good at, you know? Like
Yeah.
if everything else fails, I know at least I can get a six pack. So that gives me some sort of like a solitude, kind of, right? But like my body's still functioning well. Dude, if everything falls apart and then you don't even have your fitness to fall back on, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're just miserable, right? But at least I know I can function. My body can work in wonderful ways, you know, and that with coupled with obviously if you start moving right, you start feeding yourself right, your mindset gets better. And then you can kind of just pivot towards whatever you want to do. It's always links always back to fitness for me.
Yeah. No, it's very interesting that you say that. It's a very common thing that you do here, right? Andy Elliott's got a fucking hard on right now. Hearing that, right? A lot of guys.
He takes it to the extreme, but yeah, kudos to him.
Yeah, he's fucking jacked. But like a lot of guys obviously lean on that for sales because you have that internal confidence that, hey, at least I got up this morning and did what I had to do in the gym and I didn't fucking. I think the problem comes from, bro, is when people like, because everyone wants to be fit, but they're not committed to being fit. So then they think to themselves, hey, I'm going to go to the gym today. And then they don't fucking do it. And that just takes an internal hit. Constant.
Yeah, because sorry to interrupt, but because the thing is too, man, like I talk to a lot of guys all the time about fitness and like they don't see past that initial goal. Like getting to the gym, yeah, you're not going to really reap the rewards, but if you let it and you do it for a consistent amount of time and you're aware of it, you know for a fact it can help you make more money. It can help you with other areas of your life.
Yeah.
Right. But you have to just be able to see it and stick through it. You know what I mean? It's easy for me to look back in hindsight, but when I first started going to the gym, dude, I just want girls. Right. But like I got a missus now. I don't give a fuck about girls that much. Right. So I'm like aware of all the other opportunities it brings me. You know, but you have to go through the grind at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, let's get rid of all the guys' objections. Like the most common objection that, you know, we would sort of hear as someone who's an entrepreneur is too busy. I don't have the time for maybe a 6-day workout routine that takes an hour and then warm up and the food and this, that, and the other. What do you sort of say to those guys? Like, how would you create a program for those individuals that are super?
Dude, look what I'm doing right now. I'm on the fucking treadmill. You just make it easy. You make it easy for yourself, right? I'm on the treadmill right now. I clock in maybe over 20K steps every single day, and I just do work. Helps me feel dialed in, right? If you're all focused so much on money and you have money, why don't you just make it easier for yourself? Just get your meals cooked, prepped, all that stuff. Instead of ordering Uber Eats, right? Which I'm sure most people who are under the time crunch do, just order something a little bit healthier.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, have you read Atomic Habits?
James Clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of like the principle of habit stacking.
Yeah.
Right? You just kill two birds with one stone. I mean, like, whatever you do, I don't know, if you want to heat up your food in the microwave, instead of just waiting there with your dick in your hand, do some push-ups. Make it easier for yourself, right? You don't have to kill yourself at the gym 5, 6 times a week. Only like 3 workouts, man. 3 workouts a week, 30 minutes each. That's all you really need.
Yeah.
And I guarantee everyone can find 30 minutes to do so.
Yeah.
Everyone can, right?
Yeah.
As long as you make it a non-negotiable for yourself and you go, I'm going to stick this through for 3 to 6 months, you will see the benefits. It will start to compound because then you have more energy throughout the day. So that way you can make more money. You just will.
Yeah.
Right? It's not beneficial sitting, slouching for fucking 8 hours, 12 hours a day, and you feel fucked at the end of it, right? Because your body's not moving. You're just static, locked up. You feel tight.
Yeah.
So that's why you just want to lay down and chill or burn out or whatever it is. Right? But
Yeah.
like, because I'm on the treadmill, dude, and I'm moving, my body feels alive. Even me doing this, dude, like I feel alive doing it.
I can feel
You
the
get what I
energy.
mean?
Yeah, you're in a predatory stance. Your movement. You. I think there's a fundamental truth to the universe that everyone knows, but they sort of ignore it. And it's that like the more output you give, the more of like energy you actually receive. Like it's always the
100%.
tired motherfuckers who are sitting down all day on the couch doing fuck all that they constantly get more tired. Whereas if you feel tired and then you go for a run or you get some movement, do some push-ups, doesn't have to be nothing extreme,
Mm-hmm.
gain energy and gain, oh yeah, I can keep doing more and more and more. So I do think it creates like a snowball effect. And if
You
you
feel more alive, man. You feel more alive. That's all it is.
because I sort of go through swings. Like sometimes I'm very focused on my fitness. Other times I'm like, hey, I'm just going to work out a few times a week and just I try not to stay stationary at all each day. And I try and incorporate similar things to what you're saying, even if it's just some push-ups, skip the rope, whatever. Do something, and I'm okay with the trade-off being, all right, my diet, my fitness isn't on 100% point where it needs to be,
Yeah.
but I'm happy with the trade-off, which is this little bit of extra time I'll use towards the business or use towards this and etc. So you just have to be okay with that. Then you don't take any internal hits.
100%. 100%. Like, dude, my diet's not fucking 100% all the time either,
Yeah.
right? Like, you do what you can, but as long as you're consistent with it and you just stick it out, that's the most important thing. Like, dude, I had a zinger box yesterday. I love my zinger boxes, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily the healthiest thing,
No.
but like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you find what works for you at the end of the day, but like, as long as you feel good, that's the most important thing,
Yeah.
right? That's all it is. But yeah.
I find that the most interesting part with the whole, cause you do see it, of course, in my, when I have my fucking scroll or go through fucking social media, get whacked with all these different people doing all sorts of different diets and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I've experimented with a few of them. And what I found is I think diet is very, very subjective to an individual. I think diet works very differently for different people. Like you have, for example, tribes in Africa who all they eat, they drink the milk of the cows and drink the blood of the cows, and that's it. No vegetables, no fruit, nothing, right?
Yeah.
Primarily animal focused. And then you have tribes in the Amazon who are just eating plants, seeds, nuts, berries all day, and they're healthy as well. So I think there's definitely something to that diet, and I think people who jump on different trains. I think it doesn't really matter. You just got to find what works for you.
Find what works for you, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, as much as I love fitness, I think most diets are gay.
Mm.
I think it's all in the mindset. Like, that's my honest opinion. Like, yeah, there's gonna be a case where obviously if you're eating shit food all the time, you're gonna feel shit. Sure, I get that. But as long as you have a balanced diet and you find what works for you, I think majority of the time, as long as and if you keep your body moving, you will have the energy that you
Yeah,
want. As long as you can stick to it and you have the discipline and just be consistent,
yeah,
right? Like, dude, I eat shit food all the time, man, but I still feel fucking good.
yeah,
Maybe I could feel better, but I don't need to, and I don't feel like I need to.
yeah.
Maybe that's a limiting belief of mine.
Or maybe it's a belief that's helping you and causing you not to feel any certain negative effects from it because you believe it so strongly.
Possibly, because dude, I did 75 hard last year. I went on a
Yes,
paleo diet. So for those who don't know, paleo diet is when you just eat whole foods, right? Single grain foods
I did.
or
Yeah.
that, yeah. And like, yeah, it was cool, but like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really feel that much different,
Mm. Yeah,
you know?
I lost so much weight. I lost so much weight doing that. Like,
I did lose weight. I did lose weight,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I lost a lot of weight. I was looking quite skinny, like just
Mm.
fucking shredding down. I was just eating mince, some vegetables, some fruit. That was really it. I didn't have much money at the time, so it was kind of Yeah, one of those things. Eat steaks or whatever. But
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Good challenge. I think if you really do struggle with discipline, because I personally wouldn't really recommend 75 hard to somebody who has strong discipline and is always constantly training. But if someone has like fucking poor discipline and just like in tatters, I think it's a great place to
It
start.
is.
Fucking difficult.
Yeah, no, I encourage it. For me personally, it wasn't too much of a struggle because the only biggest thing or the hardest thing was like if your friends invited you out, right? And then you're under like there's temptation there, there's pizzas. That was
Yeah.
the only thing. If you have no fucking life and you just work, it doesn't matter. Like
No.
it's pretty easy to do it. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. But yeah, dude, like paleo, I think the biggest indicator in terms of like actually getting a lot more energy output is mainly weight. As you said, you did the paleo, you lost a lot of weight. Now your body feels more lighter. It's not under like strain or stress anymore from that extra weight. I think that's going to do you more justice than any kind of specific food diet, food choices. As long as you're in a healthy weight range, you feel flexible, you feel mobile. I think that's the most important thing. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good advice. But I want to circle back to something you mentioned at the start, which was that
Mm.
you got fired from every job you've been in, right? Um,
Yeah.
what what trait or like what do you think it is about you that had you getting fucking sacked by everyone and not wanting to work, a typical 9 to 5 sort of job?
I am a all or nothing type of bloke. If I don't
Mm.
like what I'm doing, I don't give a solitary fuck
Yeah.
about anything, right? So all the jobs that I worked at was like I was a crown blackjack dealer. That was a cool job. I'm not gonna lie. As in
That's
terms of, as in terms of like actual working environment, that was probably the funnest job I've had.
yeah.
But everything outside of it was shit. Like you're doing the graveyard shifts. It's just a very depressing environment, right?
Mm.
But did that. Obviously, I worked in different laboring jobs, warehousing,
Mhm.
container unloading, retail jobs, hospitality jobs. None of those jobs, like, they're just boring jobs. You get
Yeah.
what I mean? So that's why I just didn't feel like, I don't know, I cared enough
Mm.
when, yeah, I was just trying to like just figure out my life and stuff. Like realistically, no one wants to work on these jobs forever, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I just fucking was just like, nah, fuck this, and I just got fired. I didn't care about the consequences.
Yeah.
But that also affected my self confidence. So it was a
Mm.
double whammy, right? Because I knew for a fact that I didn't like those jobs. I knew that, but also because I didn't have any evidence that I was good at something, because I've lost all those jobs, it fucking put me in the dumps. You get what I mean? I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
it to myself.
Yeah. That makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah,
I can see how that would correlate.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it's funny because obviously I've spoken to a few guys already, and they all sort of have these similar traits that I think people that are listening would be able to start to pick up. And it's always the people with high risk appetite sort of get into
Mm,
this. If you don't have a high risk appetite, it's probably not for you, and you probably should get more of a stability, sort of a lifestyle, sort of job. I think the people
mm-hmm.
who kind of have that risk appetite and sort of want more and are willing to burn everything to get it,
Yep.
those are the people that we're sort of seeing come through and have fucking crazy success.
Yeah, dude. Like I used to grow up very risk adverse, very scared to take the, what's it called? What's the saying? The trouble, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was just very, very scared to do so, like and take that leap of faith because I didn't really trust myself. But then I just realistically just came to the conclusion. I was like, what else do I have to lose? I was kind of at rock bottom. What's
Yeah.
worse than that?
No, that's the whole. That's what I say to dudes all the time. Don't be afraid to go on the rock bottom because rock bottom teaches you so much fucking about yourself because you don't die. That's the first positive. You don't die. And then you realize nothing else can go wrong here because I'm already at the fucking lowest of the low. The only
Yeah.
place to go is up now.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's a
Yep.
springboard being at rock bottom.
100%. I used to struggle with a lot of like anxiety because I did like heaps of drugs as well.
Mm.
And I remember one mentor told me like, if you ever freaking the fuck out and you feel like your life is over, all you realistically need to do is just close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, like really, really deep breaths, and just think in the present. In the present right now, there's nothing harming you.
Mm.
Like literally right now, there's nothing harming you. So why the fuck else are you anxious about? You've
Mm.
like you've still got your breath, your heart's still beating. You've probably got a roof over your head. You've probably got parents that still love you. That's all you really need.
Yeah, it could be worse. That's for
It
sure.
could be worse, right? And I think a lot of people just get into that mindset where when they're feeling some sort of pressure or they're anxious or whatever, they think of the worst case scenarios. But
Mm.
realistically, that's not going to happen,
Yeah,
right? For most people, it won't.
most.
For
Yeah,
most.
there are stories of people who go all in and get fucking blown out and they lose, right? I think you don't hear of that too much. I think people kind of keep it under wraps. I wish more people were honest about that because I don't think that's something to even be mocked or laughed at. I think that's something to be massively fucking respected.
Bro,
Like
they went for it. They went for it.
they went for it and it didn't fucking pan out. At least you fucking went for it. I think that's half the reason why people don't start something is
Yeah.
because they always have that protection. Well, if
Yeah.
I tried, I would have been successful. Everyone knows the old pop or fucking old uncle. Oh, I would have been a killer footy player if I fucking kept training and didn't go and do drugs. I would have been the best ever.
Mm,
That's like
mm,
their safeguard. You remove that. Oh yeah, I tried my absolute fucking best and I wasn't good enough. That's a tough
100%.
one.
100%. Just to be real with people, if like people actually listen to this podcast, man, like I've been in business for 6 years, right? I'm nowhere near where I want to be at
Mm,
all. I'm 29. I thought I'd be a millionaire by now, right?
mm,
When I first started. Dude, I've fucked up so many times, and I don't shy away from it, right? Like, I'm in over my head in ATO debt. They're up my ass, right? I'm
yeah.
figuring a way to pay them back. That's fine. Like my fitness coaching business, like yeah, I said I left it. I kind of just let it die. The marketing agency was my fault. I just didn't know how to lead. When I was
Mhm.
closing, I didn't really have passion in closing. Yeah, I closed. I did pretty good to a degree, but then also compared to all the young blokes who are killing it,
Yeah.
right? I couldn't match that output,
Yeah.
So like the only thing that keeps me going, man, and like yeah, the only thing that really keeps me going is the fact that if I don't give up,
Yeah. Yeah. You would never
I
lose.
will. I will never lose, and I'll see some level of success. And I don't know what that looks like yet, but that's the only thing that keeps me going.
Yeah.
Because the worst case scenario is I just get another job like every other fucking person.
Yeah.
That's just literally my backup plan,
Yeah.
right? Which is everyone's norm.
Yeah.
So what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
You just keep
You're
on
fuck
chugging
all to
along.
lose. You got fuck all to lose, but you got so much to gain. So then it becomes what's riskier for me is keep pushing through, even if I can't see the path, which I think is the biggest first-hand evidence that somebody can have. If you actually can't see a path in front of you and it's just like unknown, and it's like that's how you know you're on your path, not some other cunts. Because if you're following a proven path, you're not following your own dream.
Mm-hmm.
You're following
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you. So I think that's like the perfect evidence that you sort of need here, which is that, oh fuck, I don't know what's gonna happen exactly. Because
Well
you're taking
said.
what you fucking want rather than what somebody else has put in your head. And then you could always go back and just I don't know. There's some pretty cool 9 to 5 jobs that like if worse came to worse, I'd be okay doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's some cool
And the
shit.
thing is too, though, like the older I get, the more I realize it's all about skill acquisition at the end
Yeah.
of the day. Even if I failed and I went into a normal, let's just say corporate job, I would fucking demolish it just because I'm more proactive. I've learned the skills. I've got the mindset of kind of an entrepreneur. I can see solutions that other cunts can't see. Can I say cunts? Is that all right?
I don't think it's too bad. Yeah. I did.
Yeah. Okay. All good. All good. But you get what I'm saying though. Like the
Yeah.
person I am now, man, like yeah, it hasn't directly correlated to an outcome that I want, like millions of dollars. But the way I think, the way I see myself, the self-awareness that I have,
Mm.
those characteristics, those traits take time to build. They just do,
Yeah.
and I think that's the most important thing because then I can pass that on to people. Even if I get a normal job, I would demolish everyone else regardless,
Yeah.
because I can see things they can't see because I've went through the trials and tribulations they haven't.
Mm. Yeah.
So it's all about the journey and the skill acquisition.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Fuck the outcome. It's who you become in the process. Now you've got the a strong enough back, relaying it to fitness. You got a strong enough back to know, fuck, throw whatever you want on the bar, or fucking pick it up. You know.
100%, 100%. Because like I was talking to my missus the other day, um, just I don't know how the conversation came up, but we're talking about just being a lawyer,
Mm.
right? And I just asked her, "Do you think I could be a lawyer?" And she's like, "Fucking oath, you could smash it if you get past the studying. You
Yeah.
could definitely do it." And I've never really put two and two together. I'm like, could I actually do that? And I started to think and reflect, like, yeah, if I can get past all the studying and all that shit, and actually can I thrive in that sort of environment? Probably, man, just because of how I think.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And that's just came from the years of just problem solving, trying to figure shit out, trying to build a business, try to figure out systems and processes, try to think and innovate and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You like, how do you teach that? You can't. You have to go through it.
It's experience. Yeah. 100%. You've been watching Suits.
No, I haven't. I need to get into this today. I
Yeah,
need
it's a
to.
good show. It's funny though, like that childlike mind where you're just open to everything. I could do
Yeah.
this, or I wonder I could do this, I could do this. At some point, that gets nullified and beaten down,
No.
whether it's by
Yeah.
parents, whether it's by society as a whole, friends, whatever it is. I think a lot of people shut that down, and it's
You
very
gotta be open to it. You have to.
cool.
That's how you keep youthful. That's how you keep your brain sharp. You're just always open to learning, even if it's something you've never done before, right? That's what I've always kind of prided myself on, doing things that I don't think I would ever do, but just figuring it out and just seeing how you like it or how you respond to it. That's character development. That's all it is, man.
Yeah.
If you stick to the same shit that you do all the fucking time, you just stay the same person, right? If you want different results, do different things.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, but
Mm.
talk to us a little bit about like I was talking with Chris as well. We were talking about women. Obviously, Chris is single. He said that he actually broke up with his girl to get into sales because she was sort of not, I wouldn't say holding him back, but to an extent because he was not giving her as much time because he was, for one, in another country, and then the two, focusing all of his efforts into getting out of his job because he fucking hated it so much. He needed to get into sales and make it work. How has Cindy helped you with your journey, your entrepreneurial journey?
She's helped me a lot, man. Helped me a lot. Like I've been with her for 9 years, right? 9 long years. So she's seen me at my worst. She's seen me just being a dick.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing for Cindy, and kudos to her, is that she's always been okay with the person that I've evolved into. Like every single season of my life, I've evolved into some sort of person or a different guy, whatever it is, because I'm always constantly on that self development and personal discovery. And she's been okay through and through with every single evolution of myself. Now, the person I am now is so different to when I was like 20. You get what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And I think she just had that unconditional support and acceptance that if I allow him to do what he wants to do, and I trust him because he's not going to do anything fucking stupid, then that's all I really need and really ask for, right? And she's just placed that unwavering faith and belief into that. And I've told her, man, like my business, my personal journey is take priority over you. It just does. And I've set that expectation, right? I don't think a girl wants to hear that, you know, but she knows the positive effects that if she allows me to do what I want to do, I will be able to kind of just appreciate her a lot more, right?
Yeah.
That energy comes back. You get what I mean? And I feel a lot of empathy, I guess, for some guys who don't do that, right? They hold back on their dreams. They hold back on the things that they want to chase because they don't want to upset the missus. And they take priority when I think it should be the opposite.
It's so funny you say that, right? Because I've been with Emily for 8 years, and so I've been with her since I was 16, right? A little younger. Same thing. Saw me at my worst. Saw the entire come up. Like when I first met, I was working in construction. I continued to work in construction for 6 years while we were together. So that shows you the small amount of time that I've sort of been doing. Well, 5 years, sorry, and then the small amount of time, obviously, in sales and entrepreneurship and everything like that. And same exact thing, which was like, hey, I fucking hate my situation. Like I despise where I'm at. I need to focus on this. This is my priority right now. So you need to come second. And she was cool with that. Exact same. I think there's just like, I don't know how to sort of language it, but like, I think somehow that trust gets built. I don't know whether it's time, whether it's something they sort of see or whatever it is. I think women are far more intuitive to some degree than men.
I get what you're saying. I don't even know how to put it into words either, man.
Yeah,
it's weird.
it's hard to sort of explain. But then obviously So you see a lot of these red pill guys, you got Tate, etc., and they sort of say, don't get a woman while you're young, build up your life, then get a woman later. And I could never wrap my head around that, right? I could never. I went down a little red pill years and years ago, right? And then it sort of comes to the same point. I don't want to go all conspiracy here, right? This could go all fucking whole different direction. But I think if you look, right, for those who know, they know. If you look at sort of the agenda at a global scale, it's definitely pushed towards destroying the family unit, right? They want to remove the family unit and replace that with a government body. Whether people think I'm fucking crazy or not, I don't give a shit. That's what's happening. But I think when you look at the red pill argument, like get fucking 10 different women and sleep around and be a higher value man, whatever this fucking bullshit is, it comes to the exact same point. Because imagine having a fucking kid and you got 10 fucking wives. Like, that's just so odd. And
It is.
I think it sadly targets impressionable young men, which is always going to be the target because they're the people who fill up the armies. I think it's two wings on the same bird. They're both bad because they both destroy what is the pure family unit, in my opinion. I'd much rather have a woman beside me who's came through all of the bullshit, seen it all. I know she loves me for me because she loved me before I had fucking anything. Then when you give her everything, it's so much more fulfilling. Is that
I agree.
You see it? Like,
yeah, no, I see it, man. There's always two sides of it. Like, and I think it's just in the day and age that we live in, there's just the extreme left and the extreme right.
yeah.
And I think it's always just a fine balance. And I think it was at that time, it was necessary though, because we were going extremely left.
Yeah.
And here comes Big Daddy Tate, big dicking it, going like pushing the red pill hard. So like I think that was kind of necessary, but I think we're kind of normalizing it slowly. You know?
Yeah.
Very, very slowly. But yeah, I think it's a fine line, man. I do believe in the family unit. I do believe in having just one wife, raising them well with the kids, because like any more than that, bro, I think it just gets a little bit too. But dude, because if my dad was super red pill, right, and I'm trying to envision me as a kid having all these fucking different mums and stuff, like I don't know, it'd be a bit weird.
You have one mom and like 5 stepmoms. Like I don't know. It just seems fucking icky and weird to me. Like I don't know why anyone would even. I get when you're young, you want to play around or do whatever.
Yeah.
Sure. Like when you bring kids into it and things like that, is that the best place for a child? I don't know, right? I'm just throwing the idea out there for my own.
I mean, only time will tell, right?
Yeah.
It's getting a lot more normalized, so we'll see in the next 10, 15, 20 years how fucked up the kids are.
Yeah. You're dead on, bro. It just creates a bigger, sort of wider gap. But you mentioned something earlier too. Again, has very similar shades to sort of my story. But you mentioned that Cindy believed in you and gave you money when you didn't have it to invest in that first program. How does it feel now, right, for you, knowing that she poured into you when you were pretty much she had like no, if you look at it at face value, there was no reason why she should have, but she believed in you, saw something in you, put that time and energy into you, and now you get to repay her back and take her all over fucking Asia and spend this time with her. Like, how does that sort of feel for you, know, from where it all fucking began 9 years ago?
I haven't even thought about it, so thank you for saying that.
No, you're all right, dude.
No, it's cool. Like if you actually, I don't know, dude. Like when people live their life, bro, you don't really think about these things because you don't look at it objectively because you're in the thick of it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hearing that, I'm like, it does feel nice.
Yeah.
Because like she was so resistant, man, to like moving overseas and shit. And now like we're back in Melbourne now. We want to go back out in July. But the past year for her, she's fucking loved it.
Yeah.
She's loved it, right? So yeah, no, it's cool being able to kind of just give her that and showing her like how I've always wanted to live our lives together, and paving that way, because she's always kind of like just been a chick who goes with the flow, which is not inherently bad. She's fine. She's along for the ride.
Yeah.
And it's always kind of just been my job, kind of just seek out new things and show her this and show her that, which has been cool, man. But yeah, dude, like props to her for being able to believe in me when she didn't have to. right? And she stuck it out, even though I was a fucking idiot back then, you know. But yeah, man, the job's not done, obviously. You know, like there's
Yeah,
so much more that she deserves. And I'm excited to kind of just give her that in the next few years. Yeah.
yeah. No, that's that's amazing. Yeah, I know you've had a fun time, and it's funny, Kino, you, Chris, all been running amok, doing your thing in Asia like this last year. I know Chris has no plans of coming back anytime soon. Kino just got rid of his tax residency in Australia, so he's fully staying over there. What's your plans, bro? Do you is plans to stay in Asia, kind of do a bit of both?
I
What
want
do
to
you?
stay in Asia, bro. I've
Yeah,
lived too long in Melbourne. I think the experiences when I've been over in Asia and the people that I've met far outweigh the benefits that I'd get from Australia, right?
yeah,
Like in Melbourne specifically, dude, I think I live in a bubble, right? Same people, same conversation, same shit again and again and again, same lifestyle. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not
mm,
for me at all, right?
okay,
I like seeking new perspectives. I like, yeah, that's it. All comes down to what I just value. I seek new perspectives. I like to go on adventures. I like to do new things. I like to do different things.
yeah,
And like, I think Melbourne has, I don't know, there's just not that much to offer me anymore, right? So I'm
yeah.
deciding between either Vietnam or Bali.
Yeah, I was going to say
So
that was my next question. What's the best place? Where do you recommend people go if they want to
yeah,
sort of live that,
it,
you know,
it,
lifestyle in Asia?
it depends on what you want specifically, right? When I was in Da Nang in Vietnam, which is nice, love the town, beautiful
My,
food, beautiful people, really liked it there, except there's not much hotspot for entrepreneurs and expats. Like, yes, there is, but it's not as big as Bali.
yeah,
Bali is the place from
mm,
like for everyone all around the world to come to if you want to network, if you want to meet like-minded people. Massive fitness culture as well. Obviously, fitness is a big priority for me. So when you
yeah,
see macros and calories on fucking restaurant menus, bro, that gets my dick hard, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I couldn't do that in Vietnam, right? Because bro, they eat fuck all meat. You know,
mm,
I always had to order extra meat and all that stuff, and it's a lot harder to facilitate my like kind of lifestyle. So
mm.
I'm leaning a lot more to Bali.
Interesting. That's not the answer I was expecting.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that either, man. I was fully set on Vietnam until I came to Bali. I was like, fuck, this is good. Really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. What about Thailand? What do you think of Thailand? Like Bangkok?
Thailand's cool. Thailand's cool. Bangkok is too hectic for my liking.
Mm,
Way too hectic for my liking. There's just way too many people. And I felt like when I was there, it felt like a mission to go anywhere because there's just so much stimulus. I couldn't get my mind clear. Bro, I
yeah,
went for a run at 5 a.m. in the morning and I got hit up by prostitutes and ladyboys the whole run.
yeah, yeah,
Like that's not what I really want waking up, right? The first thing, and they
yeah,
just are like basically just kept calling me, going blow job, blow job, blow job. I'm like, what the fuck? I want to get my head clear, you know what I mean, before I start my day.
yeah,
So like it was hectic there, like not to live.
yeah.
But I probably lived in the wrong area at that time. But like still, I just don't really vibe with the city. I do
Mm,
want to visit Chiang Mai. I did go to Phuket on a holiday. That was nice.
mhm,
That's a big fitness culture. There's heaps of Muay Thai gyms there.
yeah,
So that was really, really nice as well. But like, I just know so many people in Bali. So I'm just like,
yeah, yeah.
I'd rather just be there.
Close
Yeah.
time zone to Australia
And it's
too.
close. Yeah. The time zone is close. It's just a shorter flight. It just makes more sense to me, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, that makes a ton of sense. And I know Jaden, for the like, and for those who don't know, Jaden's Ryan's little brother, works on a Helios team as well. Absolute little fucking demon, bro. He's going to be a killer in the making. I have no doubt. Just a lot of tenacity, a lot of tenacity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and, you know, that sort of drive, and I think it's one of these things where I think a lot of dudes when they're first starting in the space, you know, they're not like they don't have massive life experience. They don't really have all the skills yet. They may feel a bit daunted, and they don't have like the full confidence that they need
Mm.
just yet. But I think what they sort of, if they can make up for that with just relentless drive, tenacity, just keep going after it, eventually all that stuff catches up to you, anyways. But how many other do you have? Like a big family of brothers and sisters, or is it just you and
It's
Jaden?
just my Jaden and I got a younger sister as well.
Oh,
In
so
between me and Jaden's age. Yeah.
oh, gotcha. Yeah, 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 okay, yeah, yeah. I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest as well. I think it's I think it's a very interesting sort of scenario, right? Because and to put things into perspective, right? My youngest little brother is 4 years old, so um, big age gap, same age gap between me and my mum to me and my little brother. So it's super funny. But I think as the oldest, you do have this sort of burden of responsibility of being like the one that people point at and sort of model after. So you always have to
Yep.
be very conscious of your decisions. And I can imagine this would be the same coming from like an Asian household as well.
Yeah, but I copped all the shit, bro. I copped all the shit. My parents were hard as fuck on me growing up.
Yeah,
And because I didn't go down uni, I didn't go down the traditional route, they fucking hated it. So Jaden has it a lot easier than me because now they've just accepted it, you know?
yeah. But that's good though, because you paved the way. And obviously, like, I think there's this one of my good friends told me this a while ago, right? He runs a barber shop. So he's not in like the online money space or anything like that. He's doing his own thing. He's cool. Um, and he told me I remember I was very upset at my dad, right? I was very upset. And he said something to me, and it's fucking stuck with me ever since. He said, well, at the end of the day, bro, I think you come to this time and place where you feel like, because everyone grows up and they think their dad's a superhero, right? Your dad's the best. Your dad can do everything. And he was like, at the end of the day, dude, you look at people and you think they have their shit together. People might look at you and I and think, oh, these guys got their shit together. They're doing fucking podcasts, online money. No one has their fucking shit together. Everyone is just trying to figure it out.
Yep.
But it's so fucking true because it's everyone's first go at this. So like when you're the oldest, it's their first time fucking parenting. So they're just going to be like throwing everything at you, see what works, and then it's just going to be modeled based on how you sort of reacted to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
100%. It puts it into perspective, man, because like even for my mum, for example, I remember hearing that like it's her first time being a mum. It's her first time turning 51, 52, 53.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so why are you being such a dickhead to her? You
yeah,
know what I mean?
bro.
Because I was like, bro, I was a rebel growing up, a super rebel growing up, and I just was like, why don't they listen to me? Why is it not like this and that? You
Yeah,
know, but then the older you get, the more you just mature up and you just realize, yeah, it's just their first time. It's all trial and error. We're all
yeah,
in the same spot.
yeah.
That's all it is,
Or just going around this big fucking rock. But
for
Ryan,
sure.
what do you want to sort of say to the guys? Any maybe final words of wisdom? Where can people find you? Anything you want to leave people with? Anything you sort of want to add to the conversation that you didn't get out? The floor is yours, brother.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram, the dot Ryan Fan, PHAN. That's my Instagram. I post on there. What I want to live away for people, I think the majority of the audience is a lot younger than me, right? So I think the biggest thing is don't let money like encapsulate your whole fucking life. It's very
Mm,
easy when you're a hustler and you want to make money and you let it consume your life and then you think you're better than everyone because you make more money. Like, I fucking hate that. I just, at the end of the day, everyone's human, right?
yeah,
We're all on different paths and different journeys. And just because someone doesn't want to do entrepreneurial shit, right? That doesn't, like, it's okay, you know?
mm,
And just be grateful for the path that you're on. Be grateful for the experiences that you have. There's so many young hustles out there traveling, you know,
yeah,
making the money. Dude, this was not a big thing when I was growing up.
yeah,
Not at all. So really take the time to just reflect and go, fuck, man, like I've actually made it pretty far. I get the opportunity to do this. I get the opportunity to just have location freedom, right? And let that fuel you instead of going, I need fucking more money and money and money and money and money, right?
yeah.
The more gratitude that you practice, the more grateful you are, the more present you are, you're going to show up differently.
Mm.
And indirectly, you will just hit that outcome faster, right? That's all it is. Just be grateful for where you are and be grateful for the people that you're around and just don't let it consume you. That's it.
Ryan, one last question just fucking popped
Yeah.
in my mind like a drop down because a big theme that you sort of presented the entire time here is you're big on experiences, going meeting
Mm.
friends, exploring, not judging people, getting that connection. I know you've met a few guys in True Blues in other countries and stuff like this, which is fucking amazing as well. But like, what do you say to the guys? What's the difference between meeting people like online and then meeting people in person who are like you on the same sort of journey and like creating those sorts of friendships and relationships?
Bro, it's everything. 'Cause you just have an underlying mutual respect the journey and the risks that you've taken to get there. That's
Yeah.
all it is, man. Like, yeah, it's cool connecting on Zoom and stuff. Motherfucker, I haven't even seen you in person,
No,
right?
I know. We need to get this fucking sorted, bro.
Yeah, dude. Come Bali, bro. But like, you know, like when you do meet them and you feel the energy and you just, it's just a mutual respect, bro. Just mutual respect, which you don't get a lot because people just don't understand what you've been through. You know,
Yeah.
like that's like with my friends back here. They just don't understand because they've never been through it.
Mm. Yeah.
That's all it is. And then once you have that alignment, man, it just eases off tension to a degree.
Yeah.
You know, because you can talk about business, you can talk about failures, you can talk about what goals that you guys want to hit for yourselves, and it's fucking normal. It's not
Yeah.
like your head's up in the clouds or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's just normal, and you can be yourself, which is cool.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. I think there's tons and tons of lessons and bits of wisdom in here, and we sort of in a few different directions. But
For sure.
yeah, it's been a great conversation, Ryan.
This is fun. Thanks for having me on, bro.
Of course, bro.